Gamers, we out here, another one. Today, I will be showing you some games quickly, because there's a lot of them, and we don't got all day, and you don't got all day. That's right, I did get cheesed in the 25,000 dollar, but actual dollar tournament, and I lost. I'm going to be showing you two series, one that I played against Micah, and one that I played against Louis, but have no fear, I am not out of the tournament yet. So spoilers for anyone watching on YouTube or Twitch, spoilers. I have defeated Micah. So this is my group, Louis, me, Demu, and Micah. I have beaten Micah 3-1. He's the one of the up-and-coming gamers. He did some cheesing, and I'm about to show you. Then Louis beat Demu 3-1, and then I lost to Louis 3-2 or 2-3, however you want to look at it. I was leading 2-1, and then I ended up losing. So we're gonna go through those games, and we're gonna talk about everything and anything. But let's get into the Micah series first, because the games were pretty interesting. So he actually let me have Jushi Legacy, China, and Byzantine in a draft, which is kind of wild because those civs are all considered top civs. He was doing some weird bans. I think he's, like, mechanically he's good, but I think he's, like, new. Like, when I say new, I don't mean, like, last week, but he's kind of new to competitive scene, and I feel like maybe he didn't have a good grasp of like, the meta and what's good. So this game, Jushi versus Ayubid, I went for Pro Scout, as you do. Jushi, one of the best civs right now. And, yeah, I go Pro Scouting. He went for the Gamba Wing. Well, I haven't seen this one in a moment. So he went for the Gamba Wing, and he actually got Traders and 2 Bedouin Skirmishers. He bought him, and I saw it. I mean, I scouted it, and I saw Bedouin Skirmishers. I'm yoinking the deer. And I just make... Look at this. I just make Horsemen. Wait, he was making a ram there? Ain't no way my man was making a ram there. And then he loses them all. And I was like... Okay. I go harass here. And I'm like, okay, he's not aging up. So I was kind of confused with what's happening. And... yeah. So fast forward, he's now aging up with military wing reinforcements. No more Gamba Wing. I'm Pro Scouting. I aged up as well. And I was like, okay, let's make some knights. I make some knights. He's pushing. He's making units. He's cooking. I think I got like trillion deer at this point. I'm like almost gathered. I've almost gathered like 5 deer packs. I'm yoinking the relics. And I'm like, okay, this is going pretty well. And I see he's kind of fully committed. Like, he's not really making a TC. He's not really doing anything. And then I see this. And I was like, uh-oh. So now this seems like a meme, but this can get very scary very quickly. Like, so right now I'm making knights. If I actually kept making knights, I could have potentially lost because he's making Desert Raiders. And Desert Raiders are actually really, really good against knights. So I was like, okay, I gotta be careful about this one. So I'm making some crossbows for the Camel Lancers, and I'm making some horsemen. Because horsemen can not only kill the tower very easily, but they can kill Desert Raiders. Now, Desert Raiders will beat horsemen, but horsemen do pretty good amounts of damage to them. So he decides to go for this cheese push. And it's kind of looking scary, right? It's kind of looking like, uh-oh, I'm dead. But, not really. 1-0. An interesting cheese. Now, I don't know if this is how he plays. By the way, all these replays are available at Beastyqt.com. I'm joking. I just opened my profile in game. The history is open because I have to keep it open for the tournament. Yeah, I was like, okay, that was a game. So again, I don't know if this is like his style with Ayubid or he's just trying to cheese me because he thinks he can win in a normal game. I am not sure. Yeah, it was an interesting game, and for a moment I was like, oh shit, dude, if I die to this, I'm gonna mold. Actually, not mold, I'm gonna cry. Second game, Japanese versus English. Now, I have seen one of his previous games in a tournament, in qualifiers, and he does not go for a dock on this map, even though there's fish. So I was like, okay, he's probably gonna do the same thing. So he just aged up really quickly and went Shinobis, but I was ready because, like I said, I have seen him do it. So he's aging up with 6. I'm trying to speed age up as well. I start my age up with 9. And the reason I age up with 9 is because when Shinobi comes out, my landmark is done and I can just make longbows. And that Shinobi does the disable on the building and he's kind of cooked. So his whole opening of trying to like torch down my dock with a bunch of Shinobis and stuff, well, did not really work out. And now we got Shinobis versus Longbow, and I don't need to tell you that ain't a good matchup for him. But I just decided, you know what, let's go a little bit aggro. So here I can see he's gathering gold, so I know he's gonna try to age up. I know he has no dock anywhere, so I'm just trying to prevent the gold, gathering as much as I can. So I put these 2 longbows that are kind of reaching all the way to here. Make a little ram. He's aging up. I see the age up. He's aging up like... Does he not see my scout? Oh my god, he doesn't see my scout. So it's funny because in the game I was like, why is he aging up in front of my scout? But I guess he didn't... Now he sees it, but he didn't see it earlier. So I come here. 1 villager. 2 villagers. It's a distraction at this point. I mean, it's... You know, 8 villagers dead. I killed some villagers here, which I didn't show with the ram. So he's 8 vills down. Well, 8 vills, you know, down, but also have fishing ships. And I just decided to age up with the white tower because this is all my resources right here. I have some under TC, but I was like, yeah, he's dead. Let me just not die. So he arrives. Sight. And... yeah! That was game 2. So, very quick series, as you can see. It was a speedrun, 90%. But then, disaster strikes. Now, this is a point where I was like, okay, he's not... How do I put this? I was like, okay, he's not tippity top level. Okay, so let me just try something in this matchup that I wanted to try. So I wanted to go pro scouts and see how it's gonna play out. It did not play out. I mean, it didn't play out for me. It played out for him quite well. So I went winery. Now both of these civs are top tier civs, both very good. So I went for the Grand Winery. I'm getting my stuff. I'm getting pro scouting. This is actually the first time I've done pro scouting with this specific build. I've done pro scouting with different kind of openers with Biz, but this is the first time I've tried this. So I was like, okay, let's fucking do it. Because I was like, he's not gonna cheese with Delhi or something, you know what I mean? Like, can't really cheese with Delhi super hard. So I'm pro scouting. I'm cooking. I'm getting my longbows. I'm getting deer. I'm cooking that oil right here. You know what I mean? It's looking good. He's about to capture sacred sites, and because I went pro scouting, I actually don't have enough units to stop the sacred sites captures, so he just captures all of them. And I was like, okay, that's not good. I was like, I'm just gonna say it, that ain't good. I don't like what I'm seeing right now. And I also went on berries here, which I think is kind of dumb. I should have gone on deer to age up. But it is what it is. So I'm kind of chasing him around. He's got 15 Ghazis and he's trying to kill my shit over here. And I'm kind of like, ooh, maybe I should make some Limitanei. And then he's aging up with 3 sacred sites, so he's getting a lot of gold. And I got an okay amount of deer. I think I got like 3-4 of his. I'm killing some units. And when I heard that age up, I was like, uh-oh. And then, another disaster. I run out of berries as I'm about to age up. So now the work, look at this. I'm so close to age up. And now the workers gotta run back. So I only have like 5 on food. And I was like, oh god. And I see lancers and men-at-arms. And I was like, oh. And this is, I knew that this is, so it's over here. I was like, okay, that's it, GG. I'm doing some harassment, but it's like, who cares? So I was like, oh, god, no. And I was like, how do I not have the food? But I did not have the food because my workers were running. So basically, it would have been fine if I didn't go on these berries and I just stayed on the deer. My Egypt would have been done by now. But it is what it is. So he comes in and he just says, and he's going in and I'm just bleeding. You know, somehow I end up holding this. I don't know how, but obviously I lose a lot of villagers, to say the least. So he's just rallying men-at-arm and lancers. Look at that. They're just fucking running across the map. He's got one stable with the guy inside, one barracks, and he's just sending it. And not only he's sending it, but I'm getting butchered. I can't get food for crossbows, and then I don't have gold for crossbows. And I end up holding. Look at that. And then I'm like, okay, well, if I stay back home, I'm dead. So the only way for me to win from here is to go out on the map and hope that he doesn't have any more units and I do something there. And then I go out. And I go, oh. Oh. And I get wrecked. I get wrecked. Now this is, I think it's an okay build against other civs, but I think it was just too greedy against Delhi. Because basically, you get pro scouts, and you get deer, but they get sacred sites. So it's like, are you really ahead? All this had a happy ending? Not against Delhi. There are no happy endings against Delhi. And then we got the last game, which is another 10 minutes. This was a very quick series. We played 4 games in 46 minutes. So a very, very fast series. Happy ending versus Delhi is when the game is over. True. So here we go. Playing China versus Rus on Moving Out, one of the wild maps. And right at the start, he makes a hunting cabin here, and he just, I was like, oh, I can harass that, which was kind of funny. He goes for a fishing ship. I don't know about his build here. Not sure how much I like it, but so I'm just torching this a little bit, you know, butchering it, if you will, just being annoying. And I was like, we're really close. I can already tower in Dark Age, you know. So he made another scout from the hunting cabin, and look at that. Pew, pew. He loses 1 villager in Dark Age. The most aggressive moving out game you've seen in your life. I got a villager kill in Dark Age. And then, well, then we just kind of start fighting. I'm already aged up. He's aging up with 14 because he's like panicking a little bit. The boats are here. The villagers are idle. These knees are spaghetti. And yeah. My scout's still alive, and I'm just like waiting to upgrade the tower so I can beat his ass. And the tower upgrade's complete. We're fighting on water over here. And watch this. I give vision to my towers. And they're sniping right now. They're working overtime. Love that. So I'm making a tower here so I can have vision permanently. I got more ships in the water. I think this game is kind of over. Like, he lost too many workers already, right? We fight, and he loses the fight, and it's over. 3-1. Now, I gotta say, okay, the next series I played against Louis, I lost, okay? And shout out to Louis. He played amazing. What a great gamer. Amazing. Loved it. So he beat me fair and square. But if there's one thing I hate in any game, it's lagging. Let me give you a little intro before we get into these games. I love Louis. I hate playing against Louis. And this is why. I'm European, if you don't know. I'm a little bit of a hell yeah brother, but I am European. So, Louis is Chinese. So basically, when you play against Chinese players, you have two options. This is the lowest ping I've seen, by the way. You have two options. You can either play on India or you can play on US West. That's it. There's no other options. Because that's just how it works. So we either play on an Asian server or a US server. Now, because I'm in Southeast Europe, US West is, this is the best ping. Usually it's around 190 to 200 ping. So this is one option, and then the second option is on India. So you might see, oh, India's not that bad, it's 150. There's some problem, and this is confirmed by many people. When Europeans are connecting to India, there's like a lot of lag spikes. Like your game kind of freezes and unfreezes at random times, right? So I have only had this problem once before, and I've had it again over the weekend. But the fact that there's like delay and everything mentally kills me. Like, you know how you gotta grow your mental game and stuff? I cannot grow mental game against delay. Like, I just can't. In retrospect, maybe I should have just asked to play on US West. But like I said, I've only had this spike issues in India once before, and I had them again over the weekend. But I already asked if it's possible in the future, right? Once I lost the series, I said GG. And I asked if we can play like one game on Europe, one game on Asian server. So that, like, I would rather do that, like have 2 or 3, if you're playing 5 games, to have 2 or 3 games without lag, and then have 2 or 3 games with lag, than to just lag all the way through, you know, so that there's at least some upside. But basically, it's either US West or India. So, in a way, I am glad I played against Louis now, so that I don't have to play against him. Because if I do advance the group stage, my next match is against Demo. If I do advance the group stage, I will be on the opposite side of the bracket of Louis. But I would genuinely play against Marine Lord in group stage, in playoffs. Thank you. Then to play with lag. Because it mentally fucks me up, right? It is what it is. I lost, but at least I won't have that in you know, if I advance in round of 8. Now, the funny thing is, me and Micah, the guy in my group, we also had to play on India because he's also Asian. So, my group stage experience has been, yeah. So, that being said, like I said, Louis still played well. He deserved to win. I am not trying to take anything away from him. I'm not saying this is why I lost the games. I'm saying mentally, I was defeated. And maybe that's my fault. Maybe I'm just a pussy and I can't deal with it. Call it whatever you like. But let's get into it. It's either Demo or me or Micah. I mean, it's most likely gonna be Demo, right? I would expect Demo to beat me or Micah. So, we'll see. And actually, so when I asked this question, if it's possible, basically, I got told no. And 2 players reached out to me. And they were like... They basically said, or 3 players, but one of them was like Anotan that I spoke a bit with, and he was like, yeah, he was like, I 100% get you because he's also from Eastern Europe. So he either connects to India and it's shit, or it's US West and it's shit. And he also told me like, I would rather play against Marine Lord every day than to have to play with lag. And, you know, it has nothing to do with like Louis as a person or as a player. It's just unfortunate situation, but... yeah, because I think Anotan is also like me. He's like, he just hates playing with delay or lag or whatever. So, it is what it is. But for you to pass, you have to win against Demo. Yeah, so for me to advance the group in second place, I have to win the next match. So yeah, anyway, let's get into the game. So the first matchup was Holy Roman Empire versus English. By the way, I woke up today, I bent over to put on my shoes, and my left side back popped, and I'm in a lot of pain. So if I sometimes go like, that's because sometimes I move and it just like someone stabbed me with a knife in my back. So if I'm like wincing weirdly and stuff, it's because of that. So I'm trying to find a position where I can sit and not move and not be in pain. That's called, well, that's called being on computer all day, but also getting old. So anyway, pro scouting this game. He went a really weird build. I gotta say, I don't know if Louis prepared. So I did practice against Louis twice in the past 2 weeks. And then we stopped practicing because, you know, he got announced we're in the same group. But both times, I think the one time I played Louis was a 4-1, and the other time I played Louis was a 3-2. I lost the 3-2. It is what it is. No, both times it was a 3-2, sorry. And I was a 2-3. So we've had close games. And in the practice games, he played pretty normal. But in this series, he played very weird. So I don't know if it's like he was trying to counter my stuff or he was trying to mind game or something. But he was cooking every game. So this game, he opens Council Hall, makes a barracks, makes 2 spearmen, pushes. I'm pro scouting, right? But I had to make archer ranges because he's Council Hall pushing. I scout earlier. I don't know when I checked again, but I saw he's not on stone. And I was like, oh, he's just gonna all in? But like, that doesn't work. Like, Council Hall all in against H3 doesn't work. So I found not that many sheep. I don't know how many sheep he's got. So he's got 10. So I think he found like more sheep than I did because I'm already out of food. And I have 1 deer because I don't have more scouts because I went double archer range. So I'm just pro scouting with 1 scout and I actually run out of food here. So I have to go on berries. So then I scout again because I'm like, what is he doing? Because he's not pushing now. So I go across the map. Thank you very much. Shush. Love that. So I am now scouting and I'm like, what is he doing? Because I was like, is he second TC? So I checked the stone. He's not on stone. And then I see he's making tower on gold. And I have played in the past, like a couple of months ago against Louis, where I've seen him do this. Where he kind of feigns aggression and then he ages up behind it. So you kind of overreact and then he ages up. And I was like, okay, fudge, right? So I gotta push. So I stopped making units and now I'm making, or I made few units because I wanted to push the gold, which further delays my pro scouting. So my food income is like, there was a few times where my villagers are just idle like this. And I'm just like, fucking hell. So I'm trying to push here. I'm trying to, you know, punish him for basically doing this. But I don't really have quite enough units because I didn't fully commit. But I do some harassment and I just continue pro scouting, getting the deer, and I'm aging up. This game goes on for a while, so I'm just gonna speedrun it because we have 5 games total. This one and 4 more to cover. So we do some fighting here. I'm trying to push. I'm getting relics behind it. I got 4 relics as HRE, which I don't need to tell you is pretty good. I'm getting my farm transition. And there's still so many deer I didn't take, by the way, because I just got to 4 scouts now. Like, I made 2 extra. I was on 2 scouts the whole game. So the start of this game was pretty sloppy. Like, I could have played it a lot better, but it is what it is. I'm trying to tower the sacred sites. He denies 1 of them. He is chilling. Look at him. He's cooking. He's got a lot of villagers. Because he's on 2 town center, but I do have 4 relics. It's kind of, you know. I decided to age up with Palace of Sabia to catch up with the worker count. Look, I'm still pro scouting 20 minutes into the game almost. And so now he kind of goes for this push, but he can't really push, you know, because what is he gonna push? You know, He kills this, kills 5 workers, but I'm on Svabia, so it's like, doesn't really matter. You make a villager every 7 seconds. He breaks the sacred sites, and he goes for a little Berkshire. So even though it maybe looks bad for me, it's this spot is completely fine because I just caught up with workers basically. I'm doing some harassment in the back, so I'm causing some idle time. But I also have 4 relics, which is very good, and I have tithe barns as well. So now I'm getting quite a good income from all of that. I'm getting my my farms over here. I'm trying to do a little. Oh no, that's his wall. I was like, I'm trying to do a little wall, and I was like, oh, that's not mine. He's walling the bottom. So now it kind of becomes a fight for the map control. So this is his vision right now. I had raids constantly going. This is my vision, constantly going on his side of the map. So I was just kind of playing the mass infantry cavalry style because this map is pretty open and you can kind of do that. Meanwhile, he was playing cavalry range unit style, and yeah, I was just constantly like breaking walls around, sending them into his farms. And if you look right here, there's 30. What's it called? He kept losing the workers, and if you look at my work count, it's 133. So this is already game over. But because I was shift queuing so much on the map, I didn't realize I killed that many workers. Because if I did, I would have probably pushed sooner straight forward. But I didn't realize it was that bad for him. But you can see I'm like splitting horsemen, doing good harassment, and he's just kind of getting further and further behind. I go for another push on the Berkshire. And I think this is the time where I actually killed it, because his units were out of position. Or did I? Maybe not this time, maybe the next time. I think I pushed like 2 or 3 times before I finally killed it. He tried to do some raiding, but I responded pretty quickly, so that did not work out. We started fighting over golds, there's action everywhere. And again, I go for it. Oh, this is the time where I get it. I have a mangonel, 2 Colburns doing work, and even though he's trading better, my economy right now is 3k food per minute versus 1.7, 2.3k versus 380, so my eco is just way better, and I can just print units in the good old HRE style. I break into the bottom gold, I'm constantly pushing at the top, again I'm breaking through this side, and he just taps out because he got very overwhelmed. So, start pretty bad in this game, but I managed to do a little bit of a comeback. Comeback as in, like, I wasn't behind, I just, like, gameplay-wise, I made a comeback. So yeah, that was a good game, and I kind of felt pretty good about that, but... And also, this is my fault. So the maps we had were 3 water maps, or maps that have some water interaction with boats. I picked 1 or 2 of those, which was my fault, because I should have just stuck with land maps, because it's easier to play on land if you're having lag than it is to play on water, right? Because water has like demo ships and shit, right? So yeah. Now this is a matchup I actually discussed it with 2 players earlier today. So today I've had a matchup that I was Byzantine and I lost, and I asked like, who is this matchup good for? I generally don't know, because when I play Rus, I lose, but when I play Byzantine, I also lose. So I'm like, you know, which one is it good for? And basically the response I got is that Rus is better in this matchup. So I fudged up, and then I kind of thought about it earlier today about this matchup, and I could have played it a lot better, because in the game today that I played, in practice, I played Biz, and I played it, you know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I played it pretty well. I didn't play it like insanely well. I played it well, and it was kind of close, but then I just got wrecked. So I was like, okay, I probably played it pretty shit, and you'll see what I mean. So in the past, I've always lost this matchup, and I feel like after the practice game today, I kind of understand it a little bit better. So you'll see what I mean. So I think I did Pro Scout into Fast Castle. Dude, there's Micah made these mini pizzas next to me, and I want to eat it so bad. But we got like 30 minutes of games remaining, so I just gotta look at them. So he's doing this deer pushing, which is pretty cool because you get food, but also you deny me from pro scouting because it's super close to his base. So that was pretty smart from him. I got the pro scouting up, and I am pro scouting right now. So at this point, I am kind of confused with what's happening because he should be having more units on the map, but he's just not. So I was like, is he all-inning me or something? Because yeah, he has one spear here, but he should have more. So what he did basically is just made a very few units and then just went for fast age up, which I felt was pretty bad, right? Like while I was playing, and I didn't age up with the high trade house because I was worried he would push me because I have no units. So I went with the Abbey, which was the least of my problems. But I felt like this is a pretty good spot for me. Like, I'm in castle, I got pro scouts, I took 2 deer packs, I can push towards this. But this is where I fudged up pretty bad. So I'm making some horse archers, which is good. It's all good, right? It's fine. I'm doing some harassment, but I did such a bad job picking up the relics. So if you look right here, I lose this guy. I think I already lost one, which is even more sad. This is my second monk that died. So instead of just me using these units to get the relics, I went for immediate harass, which to be fair did do damage, right? I'm causing a lot of idle time. But instead of me taking all 5 relics, which I should as Roos in this case, and getting the rest of these deer, I kind of fudged up the deer taking and I screwed up the relic taking. And then I push out way too fast here. So we're kind of trading, but I feel like these are not the best trades for me, you know. Like I could have been trading a lot better if I just had if I had these horse archers here. I just mow down his army. So as it was happening in this game, I was like, oh fuck, what am I doing? Like I'm just bleeding units randomly. And then for the rest of the game, for some reason, my eco just felt really bad. Like I feel like I never fully transitioned to like good enough eco. But then I started killing some workers and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But I also ended up wasting too many units. So if you look at this. This is what I mean. I was wasting units everywhere. So even though economically I'm in a great spot, I got 3 relics versus 2. I got second town center, which he doesn't. He only got like, what is this, 9 farms? Look at the army count. It is bad. So I was just like, oh fuck. And I was kind of like, which units do I make? So I went with like men-at-arm crossbow. We got so many javelin throwers at this point. I should have made horsemen, but now I'm trying to make horsemen, but my food income is doo-doo. And this whole game is just, it's just chaos from here on out. It's like, I feel like I won the game, but then I lost it right after, you know. Oh yeah, I had some villagers that were here because they ran from here, but then he found them, so I lost a lot of bills. So at this point, he's just got a massive army. I mean, look at the army difference. Sorry, I had to take a bite. So I'm trying to raid here and there. It's not really working. And every time I go raid, I just end up bleeding more units. Which was very unfortunate. So I kind of just slowly lose the game. I had a good amount of mangoes. Maybe I should have pushed the issue here more. I had 5 mangoes, but I felt like I was so behind. I was just like, oh shit, if I leave my base, I lose my army, it's over. I mean, yeah, my income just felt bad. I don't know why. Like, I got 41 on food, but I felt like I couldn't produce at all. Like, look what I'm producing and I'm out of food. It was really weird. So he ages up, and I'm like, okay, I gotta capture this or decap the sacred side, which I do. So I was like, okay, I'm still fine. I was like, I'm slowly coming back into this game. Spoilers, I did not come back into this game. I aged up. I get the mangonel upgrade immediately because I have shit ton of mangonels. Now he's trying to do some run-bys, which I was defending pretty well. And then the cannons just fucking butcher me. And another thing is I went back to men-at-arms for some reason. So instead of staying on horsemen, I went back to men-at-arms. So horsemen here would have no counter. Like mass horsemen would not be countered by anything here. But I was still kind of stuck on men-at-arms. And now I'm going back to horsemen. So a lot of mistakes that I've made, which, you know, this game had nothing to do with the lag stuff I was telling you about. Like I said, I didn't lose because of the lag. I just want to make that super clear. Because I'm not coping that I lost because of lag. Okay? I did not lose because of lag. This game I did not lose because of lag at all. Mentally, and also you can't, obviously you can't micro as well, but it's like I made terrible decisions this game. So yeah, we're having this back and forth. And I just feel like I could never get, like, enough units or proper unit counter to do anything. And I had to keep pushing. And Louis, when he plays Biz, he loves making, like, 50 million mangonel towers because they're very good. And every time I try to push, he just runs back to the towers and, yeah. I just felt like I could never get the proper unit count. Even though I have more units here, it's like I can't push. Like there's, look at how many towers and a keep, and there's another keep and another keep. So I was trying to decap the towers, but for the sacred side, sorry, but it just did not work out. Every run by he did caused some idle time, but actually cleaned it up pretty well, I would say, with crossbows. But yeah, I could just not push through. And I try to make some traps to get the things down, but the sacred side is sticking. And eventually, now I'm forced to like go for it because I don't have another choice. And I end up getting wrecked. How was the vision? It was very painful. I couldn't see because of the stealth forest. This game was something. But yeah, the way that matchup started, I had a pretty good lead, but then I kind of threw it away. And I just threw away too many units early on. And then it forced me to just be defensive and do nothing. So this is moving out once again. Malian versus OTD. I'm pretty confident in water battles. But this is the one, this map and Lakeside, I will say, there was a lot of micro mistakes because of the lag. And you'll see what I mean. There was so much, like, it's like 1.5 to 2 second delay, right? Sometimes. Like, usually it's about 1 second. But imagine if you're fighting against demo ship. 1 second delay is like, if demo hits you, you lose like 5 ships. I got hit by a lot of demos this game. A lot. And my galley's like running forward and then me moving them back, but then because it's delayed, they just fucking die. I ended up winning this map, but it was torture. And the funny thing is I picked this map, which was very, like I said, it's very dumb of me because I knew there's gonna be lag. So I should have picked land maps, but you know, brain fart. So this is just, you know, moving out classic. I went with barracks here. I rallied some units. I actually don't know how well they did. I feel like it did pretty good to like force them to make units and stuff. And it forced them to like micro on that side. I don't think I like killed them because of what I did there. But I feel like it did okay. So once again, the tower is up. He's losing workers. And already at this point, I was like, I'm feeling pretty good. 3 workers killed. We're chilling. The men-at-arms on this side. Putting some pressure. I mean, they did okay. 1 men-at-arm killed an archer and 2 javelin throwers and a Musafati warrior. That's pretty good. I end up clearing this one. Now we're both towering each other. And yeah, so tower versus tower. So now I'm getting vision here, because then my tower can shoot across, getting more vills. But you'll see in these battles, I just get plastered by demos at times, and I'm just like, I was like, am I gonna throw this? Is that what we're doing right now? So yeah, the whole time I'm just making units, sending them. Look at this. This is the one where it's like, I saw the thing coming and I was like, uh-oh. It's like I'm watching a slow-mo of a demo just going into my ships, and I'm just like, uh-oh. Look at that. Check W. Oh yeah, if the stream starts lagging, by the way, oh, another one. If the stream starts lagging, by the way, please let me know in the chat. Now, I'm not the best player on water, you know. I think I'm pretty good on water, but I'm not like the best in the world. But yeah, the amount of times where it's like I have more ships and I get hit by demo, and I'm like, and then I have to micro, and then I win the battle, and then the next battle I get hit by demo again, and I'm just like, because this is not like I'm getting flanked by demos or something. It's like one demo is just running straight at me, and I end up what's it called? I end up getting hit. So I'm gonna speed it up to get to the point of something happening. I kill this. I go Burgrave behind it because getting relics here is pretty annoying. There's like 4 relics, but they're kind of on the opposite side of the map, so it's pretty hard to collect them. And also, if you win the water, the game's kind of over. I get okay demo hits. They actually connect on the arrow ships, so not too great, but you know, it is what it is. I'm aging up with Burgrave because I was like, okay, I'm kind of winning water, so I just need to not die on land, and we got it. So I'm getting my upgrades. This is funny. I made a tower here, and then I just put my villagers inside, because now I have full vision of his side, and he has to go on land, or on land here, I guess, on the big land completely, because the towers are preventing him from gathering wood. We're micring here. My micro is terrible. Every time I move like my galleys, they end up like 3 of them end up going down before they actually move, because 4 shots of I think it's 4 shots of sprinkle ships kill a galley. So check W. And yeah, I'm slowly pushing. And then he tries to like push me on land, but I saw it. I don't know if I saw it with a scout or I saw it with fishing ships, I can't remember. So I already had 3 archer ranges, and I was like making units out of Burgrave, so I was like, chill. Because it showed that he's kind of committing to this, right? Like committing to feudal. So I was like, okay, he's probably not aging up. The water fight ended up going well, and then the land fight, he gets completely mowed down. Musafati warriors do counter men-at-arms, but castle gilded men-at-arms will kill like 4 or 5 Musafati warriors, you know? Okay, maybe like 3, 4. So I had gilded men-at-arms and archers, so I ended up pushing him back. The water gets lost, and oh yeah, I started oh yeah, this I forgot what happened here. So I started trebbing. Oh god, I can't sneeze because my thing hurts, my back hurts. So I start trebbing this. The water is lost, and he's trying to push on land, which is not really working. So I pull all the villagers, and he starts aging up. I didn't know that he was aging up, I just knew he's in H2. So I was like, fuck it. I'm sending it! The age up is about to complete. Psych. So that was game 3, and honestly, I was like, I got this. You know what I mean? Spoilers, I don't got this. This game was embarrassing. This is the most embarrassing one. I feel like Rus versus Byzantine was a great lesson, and I learned a lot. You know what I mean from that matchup. And it's a matchup that might potentially happen again in the future. So I felt like I learned a lot. This one, it should have been a 3-1, let me say that. And I played it so bad. Not because I just played it bad, but because I knew what he was going to do. And I still lost. Okay, so let me explain you this map. This is Lakeside. There's like one deep water fish on each side. And then the rest of the map is preset, which means it's always the same. A lot of players have been playing Ottoman on this map, and they've not been doing well. And I actually even said, Ottoman on this map, I don't think it's good. Okay. So, I knew that Louis picks Ottoman here, or he likes to play Ottoman. He picked Ottoman in the draft. So I knew he's gonna probably pick Ottoman here. With all that being said, I knew the follow-up. Like, I knew what he's gonna do when he ages up. I knew that he's gonna arrow slit this dog. And I lost this game so bad. It is sad. Like, actually sad. Like, some losses are like, it is what it is. This one was actually embarrassing. You knew the arrow slit? Yeah, I knew he's gonna do arrow slit. Arrow slit is very common on this map with many civs. It's not really a new thing. So the plan is, I make ships, I break the arrow slit dock, and then I dock on his side. So this is like, he doesn't want to defend this. He arrow slits and then he makes demos. So as long as I don't get hit by demo, which of course I do, right? Did you see my arrow ship immediately targeting the thing? But because there's a fucking delay, I can't move my ship. So my ship gets hit. You know, like the moment his demo went out, I attacked it, and arrow slit or archer ship only attacked it here, and then this turd, I couldn't move it away. So I get hit. Now this is, I don't lose the game because of this, but this is just an example of how fucking annoying it is, and I'm just like, oh. So I lose the fishing ship, and now this ship is out of commission, or I gotta repair it and waste a lot of wood. So I'm repairing it. Another demo comes. Again, I get hit on the arrow ship this time. I end up cleaning this dock. I end up killing it. I drop a transport ship. He target fires my archer ship. I repair it with the villager. And we do it. Hoggers. He ages up. He's age 3. And I get control of that. I build a dock, and then I take his fish. Took a little bit longer than it should have, but thumbs up. Like, all good. He takes 2 relics. I start aging up. And I'm like, this is good! Now have in mind, he has 3 extra villagers because of the traders in this landmark. So it should be like 34 versus 38. But because of the landmark, it looks like it's even. And it's kind of even, but I'm about to make more fishing ships. And I'm about to age up with Eco-Wing. So this is going as planned, right? Again, I could have taken the dock a bit quicker, but it's going as planned. Now, watch this. I know that he is going to make fucking Janissaries. That's the whole point of picking Ottoman here. Because cavalry civs are so popular, so people pick Ottoman to make Janissaries and then make a crap ton of mangonels, and then that's how they fight. That's literally the meta of Ottoman. I knew this. I have seen multiple games. What would be good to do here? Archers? That's pretty good. Gulams? That's pretty good. Spearmen? That's pretty good. What's the one thing you should make? Knights. What do I make? Knights. It would even be better if I made 2 TCs. But for some reason, me knowing all this, I decide I'm gonna make Camel Lancers. Just watch, just watch. That's a Desert Raider. Watch this. Watch this. 2 Camel Lancers and a Desert Raider. And you know what's, to be fair, I thought I'm gonna go in there and butcher these 3. Like 2 Lancers, hello, and 1 Desert Raider and a Scout to tank damage. I thought I'm gonna butcher these 3. Watch this. So I'm just like... So now I'm like, okay, I should make archers, but I should make a few more Camel Lancers or horsemen to try to do some run-bys, because now I'm behind. He got 4 relics, and he just killed my opening cavalry, which is pretty bad for like your tempo, right? So I was like, okay, I'll make a few more just to harass. And then I make more, and then I make more, and I'm just... As I'm playing, I remember, I was like, why am I making cavalry? Like, he's actively making Janissaries. Like, again, completely just brain dead gameplay for me. Completely. Yeah, at least I stopped making them, that's right. Yeah. At least I'm not making more cavalry. So, at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for Sacred Side Win, which is a good choice. Good choice. Here, I'm like, okay, I shouldn't fight that. Let me just take control of Sacred Side. Good choice. I'm going archers. Good choice. Let me make more Camel Lancers. The cringe doesn't stop there. The cringe doesn't stop there. Now, I go here. I got 23 archers, 17 here, more are coming. I see this. Boom, I snack. I'm like, his army's not looking that big. And I pussy out later to engage because I'm scared of fucking lag and I'm scared of moving my archers and getting mowed down by fucking mangonels. So I go back. I kill the scout. Look at this, harassment. I'm like, okay, this is looking good. Look at the worker count, it's 71 versus 52. It's looking good. All I need to do. All I need to do, guys. All I need to do is just hold the sacred sites. I'm upgrading veteran desert raiders. You know why? Because I am an idiot. When you play Iobit, if you can get away with fast imp, it's very good because you get 7 desert raiders every 2 minutes. It's crazy good value. And I went for fucking more cavalry against 31 Janissaries. Like, just... like, my brain this game is like completely disconnected. And you know what's funny? As I was about to finish Age Up, I was like, why am I aging up with this? He's just gonna push and kill me because I just spent like 4,000 resources on the Age Up. So I was like, and I'm making cavalry. So I'm like, and I was like, I should, so I was making, so when I realized that was like 40-50% I guess, because then I make barracks. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't need cavalry, I need melee units. Because even though I've seen Janissaries like, or Sipahis like 10 times, it just clocked in my brain, oh, my camels are not gonna kill Janissaries because he has, they're not gonna kill his Sipahi because he's Janissaries. So I was like, I should make spearmen. And watch what happens. If these resources, this 3,600, if I made like 8 mangonels and I made a keep, the game's over. Literally. If I just planted a keep, and like made some mangonels, the game is over. He can't break it. And now I am panicking because I feel like I'm very committed to this whole shit. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. And I didn't make a keep because I was like, I just gotta keep making units. And I am, by the way, I see these mangonels and I am terrified. Because imagine having this, and now you got a target fire janissaries with your archers, but there's 4 mangonels, and you have to dodge the shots and not get hit on a 1.5 second delay. So I'm just like, I'm steering right now. And I'm upgrading my fucking desert raiders like they're gonna save me. Look at this, I'm upgrading this shit. Armor of nearby camels. Like it matters for shit against janissaries. So I'm just like wasting my resources, upgrading all the wrong stuff. I see this army and I'm like, I'm dead. Like, I'm dead. So I'm like, okay, I need to disengage. I'm still ahead in workers, by the way, but somehow I managed to make all the wrong units. So I'm just like, uh-oh. Don't have the spearman upgrade. Don't have the man-at-arm upgrade. I make culverins to try to kill mangonels. Instead of making a keep again. Just, now he decapped the sacred line. I should have just made 2 keeps. I know this. Why didn't I do it? Because I have no brain. That's it. I go for a push, and I see he just age up, but I'm like, I'm scared to engage, because if I, like, again, I can't micro against mangonels, and there's fucking 5 of them now. So I'm like, okay, I'll just, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to, like, break through here or something. So I'm just, like, not fighting the whole game, because I'm legit terrified to engage. And then, after all of that, blue balling, look at that, I kill a mangonel, love that. I'm trying to snipe the mangoes. I kill mango here and there. I'm holding sacred site. I'm cooking. I'm like, okay. And then the fight happens. And,
that's a lot of janissaries.
So that was one of the, I think that was one of the worst losses that I have had in AoE 4 in tournaments ever. Not like recently, ever. It was so bad. And then it's a 2-2. And what better way to end the series than to play against a strategy you have never seen before. Louis was an all-star buff and it says so much new stuff. I know, which is weird, Crackety, because like I said earlier, I don't know if you were here. Like, when I practiced with Louis, he did pretty normal stuff, and I feel like this series, he did weird shit every game. When I say weird shit, like, not common strategies or, like, new stuff. And, yeah, so this game, my woodline is, in fucking Zimbabwe right now. As you can see, both of them. Now, I made a mistake of going to the forward woodline. So why am I going to forward woodline? I went for forward woodline because Mongols usually opens Keshiks here if they go for this fast age up, which I scouted. I was very confused this game what he was doing, by the way. Very, very confused. If you pay attention to my scout, you'll see I was scouting around his base and I genuinely had no idea what he's doing. Because this is what happened. I see the fast age up. So I'm like, okay. But I just saw that he didn't have villagers on gold. But this is gold. So I'm like, okay. Then I checked the water. He's not on a dock. So then I went to the other side to check the water. Because I'm like, why is he not mining gold? If he's aging up, he will make Keshix. But he needs gold. So I'm checking this gold. And I'm checking the water. Because I don't know what he's doing. So then as I move back, he starts rallying onto the gold. So now I'm thinking, and he's edging up with 3. So now I'm thinking, is he going for 2 TC? Because again, like what else are you going for? So I was like, is he going for 2 town center? Or something? I don't know. Because usually you also age up with 4. So I'm trying to figure out what he's doing. So I see no gold mining. And I'm like, is he proxying dock? Like, because this is where I'm gathering food. So I'm like, is he proxying the dock? Like, is he having a dock here and he's about to make a galley? I see no production, right? I see no stable. So I'm like, what is happening? So I go here to make a wall because I don't know what the fuck he's doing. So I'm just like playing it safe. Now, somehow, this villager, by the way, I didn't even know. This is my first time watching replay. I missed this villager, which I was just here, right? He did not know my scout was here. I was just there, and then his villager arrives and makes a dock, which I didn't know about, but I did wall, so I guess that worked out. And now I'm back here, and he's mining gold with 2. I go back here, there's no production buildings. So I am, at this point, I'm just like panic scouting, because I'm thinking like, is he like proxying buildings here or something? Like, what is happening? But what is he doing with the stone then, right? So you can see, look, I'm scouting, and I'm going to go over here to check for a dock, because I saw no dock here. So I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. Look, I'm trying to scout. Where is this? I see a lot of villagers on wood. Like, my point of view was, like, seeing this many villagers on wood. So I'm like, is it a second TC? I check here. There is no dock. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck is he doing? Right? Because he should have, like, I went fishing boats into age up. He went age up immediately. He should have units already out. Right? That's the thing. Or boats or something. So at this point, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. And I decide to go for the forward wood line. Why forward wood line? So forward wood line is a tiny bit further away. This one is a tiny bit closer. I think I cancel this after. I'm not actually sure. The reason I go for this wood line is because if you go Keshix, it's easier to defend here, because my gold is there too, than to have a back wood line and then forward gold. So I decided to go for this wood line. I'm not getting it, and he goes fishing ships, okay? Which, like, he's not trying to pressure at all. He didn't even see the wall. He's not trying to pressure at all. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So I see Mangudai. And I'm trying to scout as much as I can. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening at this point? So now, I'm trying to build a tower because I am on the wrong wood line, brother. Because this one is further away from my TC. So I'm trying to build a tower. Now, why is this a terrible choice? Because now I'm on a forward wood line. And if he puts the Screech here, he can attack me from Mangudai here into the wood line or from here. So this is already a disaster, right? Already a disaster. So I'm just like, oh fuck. So I lose a villager. I lose a spearman. I lose another villager. And it's like a mega disaster. So I have no clue right now. Because I have never played against this. I've never seen this strat. So when you play RTS games and you never see a strategy before, if you've played against this strat before, you would know without scouting that he can have X or Y, right? So if I have played against this before, I would be like, okay, he probably has a dock and a couple of fishing ships, so I would know where we're at in the game. Right now, I had no idea if he's making like springled or arrow ships, or if he's making fishing ships, or if he's all-inning, or if he's even rushing age up, because I also lost the scout. So I have no clue what to make. So I'm like, I can go horseman, I can go double horseman, I can go horseman archer, but then I die to Keshiks. Like if there's double stable behind, I'm just dead if I go horseman archer. So I have no clue what to make from this point on. And the game just becomes like me bleeding out basically. I try to make a dock here. Again, I have no scouting by the way. So this, what's happening in this, I had no clue about. I lose another villager. And again, because he keeps screeching with not only Khan, but he has 2 counters that can also do the Scout to Falcon. He has perma vision on this. Then he comes here. I end up losing like 4 fishing ships there. And at this point, I knew it's over. When I saw this, I tried to harass his gold when I saw caching, because I was like, we're done here. Another 2 villagers. And, yeah. Look at that. So, Mangudai can hit from here because of counters giving them extra range. But yeah, I knew this game is fully over. Because I have nothing to kill Keshins, basically. I lose more villagers. I tried to harass a few times, but that did not work out. Then I run out of fish here. I try to push the water, which Mangudai apparently do a lot of damage against ships. So I'm trying to push here. He didn't even arrow sleeve these docks, by the way. Like, if I... Again, if I played against this before, if I had experience, I would realize, oh, he's double producing, so he has no stone for arrow slit, so I can push this. But I didn't. So he was just kind of fishing for free, basically. And then he ages up, and I was like, alright. Alright. I mean, I started aging up too, but... I was like, it's time.
Love post-count meta.
It's time. Why not move to the other wood line? Because by then it's over. If I move to the other wood line, first of all, you have a lot of idle time running around. Then if you move to the back wood line, then you can get gold. And if you move to the back wood line, then you're next to your dock, which you can just zigzag back and forth and kill all the fishing ships.
Lovely Mangudai smile.
So there it is. He cooked me up that last game. I would say the Beastyqt game, I think I had a bad opener, but later on I kind of almost came back, but not really. The first and third game I won, so it's like, I mean, a win is a win. Obviously, you can always play better. Fourth game was a disaster, and then fifth game, I genuinely just never played against that, so I just got cooked pretty hard. Like, I was very confused with what he was doing. So there it is. The next match I will be playing is going to be against Demu or Micah, which I am assuming will be Demu. And that's going to be on January 26th. And basically, whoever wins this match advances the group. These are the other groups. Marine Lord barely winning versus Baltoon. Should have lost 3-1 because he's dog shit, but he ended up lucking out. Baltoon let him win. Kilardi 3-0 Core. Marine Lord 3-0 Kilardi. Baltoon versus Core. Whoever loses is eliminated, and then the winner's playing against Kilardi. Reynolds says, good luck in the loser match. Listen to me, you little shit. You barely advanced from a group that got like seed 14, 15, and 16, okay? You shouldn't be yapping too much. In this group, you should have been 8-0, not 6-0, okay? You literally are playing against seed 14, 15, and 16. The easiest group you could have. And you barely advanced. Barely. I wouldn't be yapping if I was you. I wouldn't be yapping if I was you. This group was stacked. This is the hardest group for sure. I think this group is the hardest. Then my group. Then Group D. And then Group A. I mean... Papipo Trio Coordinates. Vortex 3-2B. Which I actually predicted. Shout out. But I did say Vortex versus B is going to go 3-2 either way. And then the winner's match is going to go 3-2 either way. But I think in the end I predicted Vortex to win 3-2. He was winning 2-0, and he was winning very one-sided too. Like, Vortex was up 2-0 in, like, very one-sided. It was a destruction. And then, and then he got reverse swept. So unfortunate. So Corvinus versus B is the elimination match, and then Vortex plays the winner, which most likely will be B. This is the group. I already explained this one, and then the last one, Wham advances to the playoffs. And Wham beat Muhodo 3-0. Anaton beat Scarlet Devil. Scarlet Devil is, I think, the next player to potentially look at in the upcoming scene. Murder says, I've never seen anyone play that good two good games and play that bad next 3. Yeah, that series was very weird for me. Vortex Pipe was like... all the games were like one-sided. Like very one-sided. Like the other guy just has no idea what he's doing kind of thing. But I guess it happens. I shouldn't yap too much after the Ultimate game. So yeah, Scarlet Devil I think has potential if he keeps practicing to turn into one of the gamers. And then Wham 3-2 Anaton. So we had a lot of close matches. 3-2, 3-2. Like usually group stages are like 3-0, 3-0 advanced, 3-0, 3-0 advanced kind of thing. But we had 3-2, 3-2, 2-3, 3-1, 3-1. We got 3-1, 3-2, so a lot of close matches, and so the winner from, or sorry, the second place from this group will be advancing, which Muhoda and Scarlet Devil are playing, and then the winner plays versus Anaton, loser is out. And this is the bracket, so this is the double elimination bracket. So Marine Lord will basically be playing the winner of Vortex and B. So I think that's going to be a good match for round of 8. Wham will be playing against Group C second, which is either going to be me or Demo most likely. Hopefully me. So Marine Lord, B or Vortex, Wham versus me or Demo. And then Papi Paw versus whoever advances from Group A, so Kilardi, Baltun, and Core. So he's gonna be happy about that round of 8. And then Louis MT will most likely be playing against Anaton. So that's the bracket. It's double elimination, so if you lose here, you drop down into the losers bracket and you got another life, another chance. But that is it. That is it for the analysis. I am going to go through some of the games as well that happened in the tournament that maybe I haven't seen or something, but I don't know if I'm going to be uploading them to YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching, brother. I appreciate you. If you're watching on Twitch, keep going.